pretty big update in the Karmelo Anthony case. Finally, some actual national coverage on it too, which is rare. Basically, all the coverage has come out of Sarah Fields on the ground reporting and myself and a few other YouTube channels that are continuing to cover this case. Make sure you leave a like on the video and that you share these videos, because there's definitely a reason that kind of mainstream media doesn't want to cover this. And I just think it's a bigger story about, like, you know, the impulse control of young teens that really needs to be talked about, because if you can't talk about things, then you can't work on them, you can't fix them. By the way, I gotta tell you, I just got our Tiger's Blood and Blackberry Cream in. These are my all-time 2 favorite flavors, and they're only available for summer. Promo code SUMMER10 to get 10% off. Not only are they good warm, but if you brew them double strong and you turn them into iced coffee, both of them. The Tiger's Blood has like a tropical berry with a hint of coconut. This is a blackberry cream. Put a little creamer in them. The flavor really, really comes out. Promo code SUMMER10 to support the channel and my coffee company, which is not dropship garbage like literally almost all of my competition. So coffeebrandcoffee.com. Link in the description below as well. Summer 10. When you go to Coffee Brand Coffee, it's like the first thing. Summer flavors, limited time. You can click buy now. Promo code Summer 10. I recommend getting them both. I recommend getting more than one bag because you're going to fall in love with it. Frisco ISD now subpoenaed for student names, records, and connection to the Karmelo Anthony case. The Frisco Independent School District has been subpoenaed to provide the names of students who were present during the Pokey incident. You know, the incident was just a misunderstanding. The self-defense incident, as some grifters are calling it, back on April 2nd, the subpoena is in connection to the case of the state of Texas versus Karmelo Anthony, the student accused of taking Officer Metcalf's life. The school district notified parents via letter on July 24th, that's yesterday, as identifying information of students is protected from release without parental consent under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, not to be confused with FUPA, except when a school is required to release that information under subpoena. It's not clear how many students were present at the track meet. Anthony, who is facing a first-degree charge, has been on house arrest since being released on reduced bond back on April 14th. If convicted, he could face a possible sentence of 5 to 99 years or life in prison. He was indicted by a Collin County grand jury in June. Now, we actually have the letter, but I do want to talk about, the sentence. I'm going to be on record saying he's going to get less than 10 years. That's my prediction. They are not going to put a 17-year-old in prison for life. I don't, unless they're able to prove that this was premeditated in some way, or that, there's something going on. I just don't see a scenario where they're putting him away, which is unfortunate because Austin Metcalf is gone forever. Austin Metcalf's father, mother, friends, relatives, they won't have him forever, but I highly, highly suspect he's going to get a baby cakes sentence if he's even convicted, because, quite frankly, the judge in this case gave him a break by reducing his bond. The fact that they even allowed him to have bond was a break. The school let him graduate. Literally everybody online, or everybody involved in this case, has given Karmelo Anthony the least possible, the least possible issues, the least possible toughness. Dear parents, as of 24-25 Memorial Track and Field Athletics, pursuant to a FERPA requirement, the district is providing you with notice of a subpoena in the case. Our records indicate that your student attended or was scheduled to attend the track meet at the stadium on April 2nd. Therefore, a record responsive to the subpoena contains what would be considered your student's personally identifiable information. The subpoena is requesting the following records. Please provide a list of all student athletes from Memorial High School, including their full name, date of birth, address, parents' name, and contact information, who attended the track meet at the stadium on 4/2. If you seek protective action against the disclosure of this record, please email a copy of your motion and or notice of hearing to me at redacted before July 29th. They were given 4 days, and by the way, this was sent as an email. 4 days sent as an email. A lot of parents aren't checking their emails every day. They're not terminally online like we are. And let me tell you, the parents are extraordinarily mad. Sarah Fields reported a concerning update involving students attending the Frisco ISD, Texas, who attended the track meet the day Austin Metcalf lost his life. Mike Howard, Karmelo Anthony's lawyer, requested all disciplinary counseling and school records from Frisco ISD for Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf, and Austin's brother, Hunter Metcalf. Why do these losers keep trying to drag Hunter into this case? That's the question I have. Why is this lawyer continually trying to drag this kid into the case? You know, this kid who held his brother as he passed away is getting dragged into the case for no other reason than probably intimidation. Howard also requested a list of all student athletes and their parents' information who attended the track meet, as well as copies of all video footage taken. I mean, I'm not that surprised by that. The requested information includes full names, date of birth, address, parents' name, all this stuff. Today, July 24th, this got produced last night. I obtained a copy of an email sent to every parent of each child who attended the track meet, informing them that they have just 5 days to file a motion and or notice of hearing to object to the release of their personal identifiable information to the Anthony family's attorney and the Collin County courts. Frisco ISD appears to have given little consideration to the serious concerns of parents regarding their children's safety. Activists and operatives have already threatened and targeted the Metcalf family, including their son Hunter, and have escalated threats towards reporters, as Sarah Fields, for example, is a prominent reporter in the case. A defense attorney may subpoena school records of a non-party, but they must demonstrate the relevance of the records to that case and adhere to legal procedures for issuing and serving subpoenas while respecting individuals' rights to privacy and protections under FERPA. The school is required to make a reasonable effort to notify parents if the student is a minor before complying with any kind of subpoena. I spoke with several parents regarding this. One parent stated, given the heat that surrounds this case, not to be overdramatic, but every student that was there could be exposed to every nut that would have them swatted or followed or otherwise intimidated. I agree with that. I 110% agree with that. The defendant of this case, of course, has the right to defense, but I don't need someone in Wisconsin, hey, wait a minute, calling in the SWAT team because my son might be a witness. We didn't ask for this. We want to keep our lives private, and have our kids be able to attend school with any more anxiety than high school life already presents itself. The parent continued, I wish I would have gotten earlier notice. I have contact information for an attorney who will fight vigorously to protect the parental rights in this matter. If you, the parent, would like to join the fight against this invasion of privacy and short notice, please contact me for more information. Now, the short notice is actually something done on purpose, right? You give them short notice so they don't have time to talk to a lawyer. They don't have time to even respond. Now, I wonder how many of these people will even respond, right? Like, how many boomers are checking their emails during summer break? This feels like witness tampering to me. You know, like they're going to put their, if you speak out, if you say what you saw, then your name's going to be public as a 17, 16-year-old kid. Here's the actual letter, which they sent via email, and the subpoena itself. Now, in the below update, if you're a parent in the Frisco ISD who got this email, contact me. This is absolutely mind-blowing. I live in the area, and none of these details are on the local news, mom groups, or local Nextdoor app, however, are. This is why the coverage on this is so important. Nobody's covering it. Nobody's doing the legwork. Parents don't even know what's going on. This is a disgusting overreach on their end. Do you think they could fall any lower? Judging from my reporting on them in the past, yes, they can always fall lower. Giving them such short notice is unconscionable. That's on purpose. This person says, an attorney licensed there should prepare a sample motion to quash a protective order so families can file it to protect their confidential information. Yeah, if there's any lawyer, that was willing to do that, I'll pay for your time and to give it to the parents for free. So if there's a lawyer in Texas that's willing to do this for free so that the parents can just reply to the email with it, I will pay for your time to do that. And by the way, just an update on the lawsuit for the reporter seeking to expose Karmelo Anthony's father, Drew Anthony, allegedly paying people to harass people reporting on this case, namely Charleston White, who's gotten real quiet. He's gotten real quiet since this lawsuit dropped. She's now up to $19,000 out of the $25,000, so hopefully she'll get her goal. That's at givesendgo.com/Sarah Fields. That's the update there. Don't forget, before you go into the weekend, coffeebrandcoffee.com. Pick up your summer flavors. I'm the most excited about these flavors as I've ever been about any flavor. Promo code SUMMER10 to save, and we'll talk to you again real soon.